Alright, so I had this idea how Bianca and Jade could finally have this feud break off and go be goated somewhere else. They can both be great on their own. It's like also to help usher in this new era, we need new stars on the scene on some single shit. And splitting these two commodities, which is the end goal at the end of the day, doesn't sound like a bad start to the Netflix era. It may be on different brands, alright? So yeah, so we all know the dynamic of this group. It's a powerful tag team that has changed the game and is killing it right now, dominating the division. I don't know if any of them girls have a chance of even sniffing those titles again. Like for real, they finna retire with them bitches at this point. Looking good. Probably when it's all said and done regarding these tag team championships, the best women's tag team ever. And honestly, I don't know if breaking them up is the right thing to do because, for the fact that, this, it all kind of just started, like low-key, like after Mania, like it's only been about 6 or 8 months since they really became a team, and you really start getting used to them being a tag team. They're coming up with these moves, similar outfits, cool matches at PLEs, and just getting Jade's feet wet in the Federation. So I don't know if it's the right thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to listen to me, but they have to go out in the best way possible. This has to go out with a bang. This has to be one for the ages. I'm talking Hunter, Batista, Rollins, Reigns, Ambrose. Like that big of a breakup. And I feel like the only way to do it is, and then where to do it, we're coming up on the Royal Rumble. I honestly don't know what to expect from this Rumble. I don't really have a pick for, someone to win, honestly. I have an idea of like where it could go. Showcasing as many women as they can from NXT, SmackDown, Raw, fucking TNA, debuts, returns, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte. The whole thing, Stephanie Vaquer. Come on, bro. Like, oh, man. Peak woman right there, man. But yeah, so on that note, boom. At number 12, Megan Thee Stallion enters the Rumble. Okay. I know y'all tripping on me right now, but if she starts training like now, I genuinely think she can be in it. I genuinely think this little spot of hers could be possible. I mean, Bad Bunny did it. Logan did it. It didn't take him long to get it. She has that build, that stature, that athleticism, them damn knees. And I know like many people have like memed about her, entering the WWE at some point in the future. But like, no, like this, y'all are up to something. Like this is perfect. And she may mess around and be the best female celebrity to ever do it if she does do it. I feel like there's really something here. Fits like a glove. I mean, she does the music for SmackDown, the new intro. And if you see her in her music videos and her live performances, she's truly an entertainer. She even has respect for the business. I mean, she's taken a few pics here and there. She's talked about it before. She's tweeted about it. I really feel like this is possible. Hold on now. So yeah, I forgot to mention that Bianca and Jade were obviously already in the Rumble, already out there, already, tag teaming it up, dominating the competition, helping each other out, throwing chicks into the audience and shit. Just killing it and just like looking great doing it. But once Meg comes out, Jade Cargill is in awe. Low-key fangirling out, and like she's like working with Bianca. I mean, like, them tag teaming is the reason why they're both killing it right now. And she slips up, being starstruck by Megan's presence. And that allows an opening for somebody else, I don't fucking know, Kairi Sane to eliminate Bianca. But it's not a big deal, it's not this big turn or big moment or whatever. It's just, it's real subtle. And as later, Jade gets eliminated as well. And, so does Megan, because, like, no, she's not winning this shit. But it is speculated if, she will make a proper in-ring debut or if this is just, a one-off. It goes viral, obviously. And honestly, if you really want to book the ending of that match, I mean, I'm not really thinking about it right now for real. I just really wanted to use that match type to, set this up. But, if you really want to get into it, I would say a returning Charlotte wins after being like, part of that final five, you know what I'm saying? WWE 2K when it's like the final, four, you know what I'm saying? All start looking at each other. I want to say it's going to be like Nia, Naomi, Jordan, Roxanne Perez, and Charlotte. And, Charlotte wins. And honestly, that route, I don't know if it's the best way to go, but I feel like, Charlotte, bro. I feel like she needs to step on next when she comes back and let all these, new fans know, like ever since, WrestleMania 39, who she is. And I feel like that'd be the best way to do it. And honestly, like she was pretty good at like some of her moves or the spear, how she was like sometimes target opponents, like, you know, certain body parts. Like, yeah, like she was moving real proper in the ring, bro. And, you know, obviously flair, all the flair, you know, the presence, you know, her being a 14, 16, 17, 18 time champ. I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, look at that. I mean, how can you see that and not put the belt on her right now? You feel me? So I feel like her return is needed. It'll be pretty dope. You know, I've seen the promos, I've seen like her work, and I feel like she plays that, you know, oh so bitchy but undeniable chosen one queen role, you know, like she was doing from 18 to 20, that she could play that role, but also with her king Andrade, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like SmackDown power couple. I mean, why not? I mean, you know, both killing both of their divisions in ring. It'll be dope, man. She could be his queen, his mouthpiece. I feel like she can kind of be his Zelina that he once had, you know, but that he's actually fucking. I feel like, you know, she could return, you know, against a babyface Tiffy, you know, Tiffy time, you know, Tiffany Stratton at Mania, you know what I'm saying? You know, new gen, OG. I don't want to say old school, but, you know, new generation, slightly older generation. Or even Jordan Grace wins. That'll definitely shake up the division on Raw. Like, she definitely needed there. And, like, also, they could finally, like, play into that whole TNA contract storyline. I mean, they've been working with them. And it's, like, something new and unpredictable. You know, her contract is coming up, and I don't know, like, is she going to sign? Is she going to be with both? Is she going to main event WrestleMania as a TNA talent and bring the title to TNA? Hey, it's something new, unpredictable. And if anybody, you know, she truly deserves it. All these years coming up in the indies, finally to the big show. I don't know, man. There's so many ways it could go, but move on. My bad. So after the Rumble, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, little mishap. But obviously, I mean, how do you not see the money in it? They start clicking up. I mean, why not? Meg, Jade, and Bianca, and Naomi sometimes, but you know, she got to deal with that US championship. Just that image of them together is dope. You know, just like the big, black, beefy, beauty, elegance women. Come on, man. Like, that's the team name right there. And, you know, Meg is coming to SmackDown, you know what I'm saying, pulling up on the girls or whatever in these, like, backstage segments. And, you know, they're even teasing dream matches or whatever with, like, Meg versus Tiff or Meg versus Nia. But, yeah, you know, she starts to get in the ring. She's not going to just flat out start having banger singles matches. Like, she's going to need some guidance, some help, like Logan, like Bad Bunny. And she's gonna be doing the tag team thing, maybe even trios if you really want to get your money's worth across all brands. I mean, you know what I'm saying? These three versus these three, these three versus these three, these three versus these three. Why not? I mean, it makes sense. It looks great. It looks amazing. Backstage segments where like Bianca and Jade are helping Meg with her in-ring work, you know, training her for the first time, and like a few clips or montages helping her out, you know what I'm saying, welcoming her in to the company. Meg, you know, she's loving all the praise from the audience. She's loving, you know, the money she's getting, you know, the fame, you know, the TV time, you know, the fucking squash victories on television every week. But, you know, with the riches, with the fame, things start to become a little different, a little shaky. Meg and Jade start acting a little different because, you know, the whole dynamic of this team and the story of it I want to tell is that Jade, from her days in AEW, from the look of her, she's in it for the IG likes, the glam of it all, and being a baddie, if you remember that. So we all know Bianca is all about athleticism, hard work, you know, some showmanship, and a respect for the business. Because, you know, to me, Jade has always been like the Batista of the women's division today. And if you really think about it, that's no offense. Because, you know, she's like nothing special on the mic. I mean, she gets it done if you hand it to her. And if you compare her early matches to now, it's, you know, night and day. I mean, she's so much better. You know, more reps can only get you better. But on the surface, it's like more looks than substance. Just like Batista, who is no doubt going to be a Hall of Famer one day and is one of the first names anybody, you know, any casual thinks about when you mention WWE. So it's no offense, but that's just what it is. You don't doubt her passion or respect for the business, but naturally it just gives off more star power than substance, which is why she is one of the more recognizable figures of this era between both men and women. I mean, she's always on all the posters, all the promotional work, with less than probably 30 matches with the company. And if you really want to play it up to the internet, you know, she's always, you know, botching, or, you know, sometimes she might be looking like she's calculating a spot right then and there. You can tell. People say she sucks or she's not that good. And it's all look, no substance. So yeah, playing into that, Meg and Jade, you know, enjoying the fruits of their labor, you know what I mean, getting comfortable with this lifestyle, being on top, always winning. they start to look at Bianca like she's like taking this too serious, and like, you know, you don't need to wrestle all the time. I mean, like, aren't we champions? I mean, come on. And here is where like Jade starts to appear way less often and will only show up when Megan's around, as no doubt she's gonna be a part-time player. And Jade's just obsessed with this new way of celebrity life that Meg brings. They're always getting posted on the Shade Room, and all those fans and all those single ladies and bitter bitches are like commenting hearts and, you know, fire and, like, you know, hashtags or whatever. And Jade's loving it. I mean, bro, go on her IG. I mean, she lives to be a model, an IG model. Like, I swear, if she wasn't doing this, she would be doing that and doing it at the top level. I mean, Jade was already lit on there before she became a wrestler. I mean, look at her. And, you know, a post from like the prior weeks of, you know, training and coming out in matching gear, ragdolling these hoes left and right week to week. Jade's not training with Bianca no more. She don't want to be doing that. And instead, we start to get segments with Jade at Meg's music video shoots, photo shoots, or in the club popping bottles. Cause, you know, like, Meg is like an alcoholic and shaking ass and shit. Please do this, H-Man. But in these same segments, Bianca is there, but you don't really want to be there. And it's almost questioned, like, okay, like, why are we still here? I mean, like, shouldn't we be training or something? Like, don't y'all want to stay on top? I mean, don't y'all want to dominate? Don't y'all want to show the women's division, like, about, like, what being on top is all about and being a champion is all about? This isn't Bianca. We all remember her mission statement. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard worker right there. That's a dedicated talent. This isn't who she is. And eventually, after a couple of weeks of these segments, as, you know, like, they're not even wrestling anymore, as, you know, 2/3 of the group, like, don't even want to compete. One time, Jade kind of disrespects Bianca, telling her to leave, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't want to be here, like, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of just go, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but not, like, all rude or whatever, like, not, like, outright, like, get out or whatever. Just, like, kind of, oh, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should leave, you should train, like, you should go do that, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be here, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be turned, and, like, you're gonna be on your back. You know what I'm saying? Just like kind of sly or whatever, like kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Having the audacity to talk to B like that after everything she done for you, kind of showing that ungrateful side. Like all the help that, you know, Bianca's giving Jade, and, you know what I'm saying, change her career and in-ring work, you know, probably more things that Jade can name. Basically, they just kind of worked this angle for a few weeks where, like, Bianca's trying to make it work and trying to, you know, fit in, but naturally it just conflicts with her morals. I mean, she wants to train, but they want to be out drinking, clubbing, posting on IG at all the video shoots and all the music video shoots, dancing. And it's like, at this point, like, Meg is like not even really a part of it. I mean, obviously, you know, she shows up and she's in these segments and stuff, but I don't want to make Meg like a huge part of this. I mean, obviously I want her to be drive for it. I mean, the big name a part of it, but since she is part-time, you know, you don't want to rely on her too much. So she might not even be in these segments, but she might pop in every once in a while because she's that busy. She's Megan Thee Stallion. And this all culminates in an episode of SmackDown where, you know, Jade in a segment, or, you know, like when they're walking into the arena, you know, with that little intro shot, like when they have their bags and, you know, sunglasses and just like trying not to look at the camera. And she's kind of like wobbly. She's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like can't walk straight, as she been drinking. You know what I'm saying? Being up all night with Meg, who's not even there. She just caught a jet onto here. Like she didn't even ride with Bianca. She didn't even ride with her tag team partner. And it's kind of like holding her head and it's like, you know, kind of, you know, showing those symptoms of someone that's hungover. And later on in the night reveals that, you know, she doesn't really feel too good. But, you know, it's alright. We're the team. In fact, we're the only team that matters in this division. We gonna be alright. We gonna win. So with the lack of focus and consistency and training and a solid foundation within the group, they end up losing the tag team titles that night with relative ease in a match with, I don't know, Lash and Jakara. After Jade is on the apron, you know, trying to get that tag, and she's just like faded. She misses the tag from a, you know, messed up Bianca, who's just getting tossed around by Lash. Double dribble and all that. She misses the tag, you know what I'm saying? That would have been a hot tag, and you know, that Jay loves to do. That causes Bianca to get pinned by Lash Legend after a Lash extension. And just at the last second, as the ref counts from 1 to 3, Jade tries to break up the pin, but an extremely hot and ready and sober Jakara Jackson pulls her down off the apron, and they get the dub and the title. They lose, but Bianca, being the great person she is, she ain't stressing it. Shit happens, It's this match that just happens quick, and it's not even like a big moment for Lash and Jakar. Just goes to the next champions, and it's symbolic of how the mighty tag team is falling. Meanwhile, all the fans of Bianca and Jade are just like shocked, stuck, but it's okay as they hug, embrace, and lift each other up, dust off each other's shoulders. And there's even a little moment in there where like Jade is like, oh man, I'm sorry, like I know I messed up, and like Bianca's like, no, like it's good, like don't worry, we'll get him back next week again. 1 L out of 100, we'll be alright. That night, or like in the following weeks, Meg unfollows and deletes posts with Bianca. And it's kind of like this weird thing, like why would she do that? Nobody really says anything about it. And in the following week, Bianca shows Jade and questions, like why Meg will do that. Jade says, it's nothing. She probably just has a lot on her mind. She had a meeting last week. I'm saying? She has this going on right now. Jade knows. She's always with Meg. Bianca don't know. She in the dark. Nobody's telling her anything. But Jade tells her, keep your head up and good luck with that match tonight, as it's a big opportunity this one night in a match with the newly from cashing in her Miss Money in the Bank, finally the women's champion Tiffy Stratton. And as Bianca walks out of the shot to do her entrance, Jade calls somebody, and after a banger, a classic, a respectable match, this time around Tiffy wins clean. New gen, new era. Jade's at ringside. She turns on Bianca. Like when after she loses, Jade just lifts her up and obviously does the big heel turn. Oh, it's okay, you good. And after a while, she hits her with that damn bro kick she be doing. Finally confirming the rumors, the speculations of inner turmoil, and really setting the tone for, where this is gone. Calling her a loser in some motion. And it's like this big moment that ends that SmackDown. And in the following week's promos, Jade and Meg come out in a promo to reveal that Meg inspired Jade and got in her ear, which led to her giving B that big boot after her grueling match with Stratton, and made her see now that she has an image to maintain. She can't be around losers. Got tired of her back talking to the Grammy Award winner, telling her what to do, telling one of the most influential women in the world what to do with her time and how to enjoy her life, when to enjoy her life. Jade is out there telling the crowd to shut up, and now saying how she doesn't care for their approval. She knows she's the attraction, and she knows she looked damn good, trying to tell us how we should conduct ourselves and be champions. Bitch, look at us talking about how champions should conduct themselves. Not only did you lose your opportunity at the women's championship, proving that you're past your prime, but need I remind you, it was you. You were the one who took the pin and lost our tag team title. And after that, I want to say Naomi in a segment with Jade. As they haven't had issues ever since, now. Naomi's been on the race for, the US title. She's been doing her own thing. She hasn't really been a part of this trio like she was before. And she doesn't really have a problem with Jade or Megan. In fact, she's a fan. She's fanning out in front of her, singing the song, hitting the knees or whatever. But yeah, she pulls Jade aside and, tries to get through to her, but that doesn't work. They ain't trying to hear that. They start to press Naomi, but that don't work against the OG. And actually, Naomi reveals that she attacked Jade weeks ago on that car windshield when she was doing her best Kurt Angle impression. Where like what they say, they say she like fractured her ankle, punctured her liver, had a mini stroke, lacerated her face. God damn. She finally reveals that she did that because she knew that Jade wasn't ready for that type of match, being War Games. And how even then she saw how the spotlight was getting to her head and how she was being showcased way too much and pushed into the limelight for such little skill, talent. And now we see true passion she had for this business, and it's like a huge pop, man. The fans agree and didn't want her costing the gang that match. I don't know, guys, I'm just trying to make sense of that situation myself. It can't be Bianca. They get mad, start pressing her some more, and before they can jump her, Naomi challenges Megan to a match tonight, and they're in there getting it on, and this might be Megan's first singles match, where she destroys Naomi and injures her with a brainbuster jackhammer. You get it? Because she looked like Goldberg. So for Bianca, she's heartbroken, let down, and that's another ally who can't help. And that's one ally down against these two. Bianca has no one else to call, no more friends on the brand, so she has to make that boss call herself to And she wants new. And this can bring back Becky. I mean, I know Becky's like kind of like in between things. Honestly, I just feel like she just wanted to chill. She just wanted to be a mom real quick. And it's like, if I ever get bored of this, if baby girl ever is like, I'm good, I could chill dolo at the crib by myself, she'll probably come back. I know they had their prior feud, and I know the whole reason that was because, Becky was a huge star. She still wanted to prove that to the up-and-comer Bianca, after squashing her. But now they both got that shine, and they're both arguably, vets at this point now. Now they've gained a respect for each other, obviously, in that fantastic Mania match. It's truly the last proper women's feud from start to finish. Some cool segments, deep lore, actual promo time, females talking on the mic without it getting stale after a couple of weeks because they still keep running it after years. And I know it sounds crazy. That helped solidify Bianca even more than what she did with Mercedes at the previous year's Mania. So it's Becky and Bianca versus Jade and Meg. Tag team match at Mania. I feel like it would be fire. I want to say... And honestly, I don't know, Jade and Meg win? I know it's kind of weird, and I don't think Becky should be losing that Mania again. But, just to up the drama and, Jade, and keep this going past Mania and possibly even into, that Summerslam match that Jade and Bianca could have in the singles. Because we all know that Meg ain't going to be around for that. And I want to say ahead of that match, you could do... you could play into more things about this storyline. You could do more. But if you really want to get into the lore and, you really want to get that tea or whatever they be saying, they could have like one of those side-by-side CNN-looking ass shits with the coal miner conducting it. And, they just start digging at each other and revealing, Bianca's like, I carried you all this time. And it's like, she starts to lose her cool and this and that. It's like, what I'm saying? We ain't seen this type of Bianca since like NXT. And like, she's been pushed to, possibly... doing something heelish because her, mentee or whatever, someone she was helping out betrayed her, and like that's just not what's up. And I want to say Jaden's era, she's not a lackey to Meg. No, that's not what I want this to be. That's not what I want Meg to be in the storyline. But she's fully backing her AEW type character, like when she was just, the boss. She was just squashing motherfuckers. You could bring motherfuckers from, NXT level up, and she's just fucking like doing all these new moves on them. And yeah, man, she's just like looking great, and it's just like healing it up out there. Maybe she gets the US title. I don't know. She's definitely more natural as a heel, I'll say. But yeah, as the story goes on, Jade takes Lash and Jakara under her wing. The new baddies or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. We get Megan, calling on FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you can get Montez involved. Jay starts, playing with Montez a little bit, but, he ain't going for that. Loyal black man. God is good all the time. Bianca comes out, whoops that ass. And regarding that Mania match, it's like, if anything, the stakes are now raised now that Bianca has taken her first loss at Mania to someone she was trying to help. And for me, honestly, like, Bianca, like, her character is kind of becoming a little... like, kind of stale a little bit. I mean, like, as far as me, like, wanted to tune in to see, like, what she's going to do every week. I mean, I know she's going to kill it in the ring. I mean, her, Io, Stephanie are just, like, that's top-tier women right there in the whole company. But, I mean, as far as, like, the drama or, like, the feuds or, like, mic work, I mean, like, does she ever even talk on a mic anymore, bro? This could give Bianca something to work with, like an actual storyline, from week to week. Some mic and character work, some development. And, as I feel like for like the past year or two, she's just been stagnant when it comes to that. Like some meaning. I feel like this role is perfect for Becky, as Beck's like more nowadays, since she is the legend, the icon, the vet, two-belt, big-time Bex. She's done it all, seen it all. It doesn't get higher than 2019 for her. Not many even ever get on that level. She is a legend, a GOAT, the first Badly Hall of Famer when that time comes. And now I think she's just signed a new deal. I mean, she was there at the Netflix headquarters recently with the gang. Nowadays, I definitely feel like her role is more there to elevate others while still being healthy enough and, still young enough to be an in-ring competitor. And I was thinking also, there's like a bunch of spots, a bunch of promo for this. Like, I want people to treat this like they did the Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. Like, this could be something like that, right, guys? But nah, like, yeah, it could be little spots where, like, Megan does the fucking gorilla press on Becky, and like, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of cool photo ops, you know? And then it's just like heartbreaking, but fascinating when Jade and Megan win. This is marquee. I mean, you have to have a name like Becky in there. You have to have a vet in there to, you know, kind of guide Megan through the match. And, you know, you have Megan in there to get more eyes on this feud, on this generational feud. I mean, just look at this image. We all know how goated this could be. We all know how great this looks. But let's give it some meaning behind it. Let's give it a real story. But I don't know. Maybe this should be done a little later and in a whole different sense. So Jade can get some more reps and, you know, get better, you know, get more comfortable, you know, without Bianca by her side, but, you know, still together. Yeah, so their eventual match when it's singles can be good and look like actual competition. And Bianca hitting Megan with her hair that once. Like, imagine the entrances. I mean, bro, this could be huge. This is money right here.